Knock Knock. So this is a director's career I have been wanting to cover on my channel for a while now because I am a big Eli Roth fan. I do like a lot of his filmography. He does produce a lot of stuff and he does direct a lot of stuff. I really liked his Cabin Fever movie. I also liked the remake, which he executive produced, and I like the Hostel movies. And he produced 2019's Haunt, um, and he produced Clown. So I'm quite into. I'm quite into his filmography, and he's a director I really admire. I think he does have an eye for horror. The way he talks in interviews, he talks so passionately and freely about the genre, about his favorite, about what inspired him, and how Alien inspired him. Eli Roth is a director I have mentioned on my channel. Like I have made videos about news that has came out saying like Eli Roth is producing X, whatever that title is. Um, he's a director I really like. Um, and this is a very different movie for Eli Roth because this is more of a thriller with horror elements in it. And it's also a very different style for Eli Roth because if you don't know Eli Roth, he is a very in your face and very gory in the details of his movies, and he likes to throw a lot of blood splatter at the screen. And just speaking out for a minute, and that's the thing where a lot of people are very diverse. Like a lot of Eli Roth is a very divided director. Like you either like Eli Roth's style or you either dislike Eli Roth's style. So I think it all depends on how accepting you are. And I think it also all depends on your taste in horror. Like not everyone will like Eli Roth's style, and that is okay. But yeah, for me, I'm a guy who really likes Eli Roth's style. I've been a big fan of him for the past 2 years. I've watched every single movie of his, and I cannot wait to dive into this review series. But yeah, speaking of my last point, the thing that makes Knock Knock different to movies like Hostel, for example, is Knock Knock has one drop of blood in it. There is one drop of blood in the entire movie, and that is where one of the chicks stabs Evan, which is Keanu Reeves' character, in the chest, and that's the only time we ever see blood in the movie. And then there's other scenes where I guess one of the characters slip on something and falls on cement and cracks his head open, and you don't see blood because all that is off screen. So like that, this is very odd, but this even when there's not blood in this movie, because that's what Eli Roth is mainly known for, this still very much feels like an Eli Roth movie, just due to the story and some of the subplots and themes in the movie. I guess I'll put it that way. Um, this very much does feel like a movie Eli Roth would direct, write, and produce. Um, and this is more of a thriller than a horror. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Let's get into what I liked in. Let's get into what I liked in Knock Knock. So yeah, starting off with the positives. The biggest positive is Keanu Reeves. He's like Keanu Reeves, like he is a man. He is a legend. He is a hero. He is the best part of this movie. Um, this is Keanu Reeves' first time playing a husband in all of his films that he has acted in. This is his first time playing a husband, and there is a good amount of family banter, especially in the first maybe 20 minutes of this movie. There is some great back and forth family banter and relationship, and you really get to know his family, and you really get to know how much Evan cares for his family because this film it takes place on Father's Day, and so like there's a great scene. There's a great scene where Evan where his kids run into the room while he is I guess while he is kissing his wife in bed, and they bring in this cake, and Evan is like monster shad and all of that, like, and then he starts chasing after the kids. I thought like that is something like a husband would so do, is just like have those little moments with the family. It really helps to build like a relationship, and I wish we could have got more of the movie with those types of moments, because I really enjoyed like that back and forth like banter and relationship. Like I enjoy those little moments with the kids and the wife at the beginning of this movie. But we have to have a filler. So what happens is the wife and the two kids is like they go away for a weekend, and Keanu Reeves and well Evan, he is stuck at home doing work when he hears a knock on the door from these two girls that are supposed to be at a party, and he invites them into his home, and which starts off like pretty normal, just starting off like with Evan being a good host, just like asking them like, do you want your clothes to be washed, and he makes them like tea, and he cleans their clothes for them, and he gets some towels because because they're wet from being in the rain, and and he starts off, he's being like a good host, like he's not being weird about it, he's being normal, and the cab driver won't be here for another 42 minutes, I think it was. And so he has to entertain them. He has to, I guess, just have a conversation, just kind of like get to know them. And so, like, the first maybe 10 minutes, once they arrive at this house, like, it starts off pretty normal. And then everything just starts to go to shit when these two women start taking control of Evan. And it turns into the worst possible nightmare you could imagine. Um, and like the film, it is very unpredictable. Actually, I was really surprised. This movie, like, there's a point in this movie where Evan, he drives after some of the events have unfolded, where he's really mad. He's absolutely fed up with them, and he says, you know what, I'm taking you home. You are going far away from my house. And so he drops them where they have to be dropped, where they want to be dropped. Um, and and then he goes home, and then he tidies up, he cleans up the mess that they did, that they caused. And 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 then and, and then like and then you think everything's normal for a few minutes, but then he hears noises, and so he goes out, and then he sees a photo frame like on the floor that's cracked, a family photo of him and his two kids and wife, and he picks this up, and he's like, oh no, and then he gets whacked over the head, and then he find out that the girls are back at his place, and the movie is still going on. And I checked the runtime at that point, at the point where he drops the two girls off at this house. And like I was about maybe 40 minutes into the movie, and the movie still had another like 45 minutes to go, and I was just like how is the movie continuing? What else is going to happen? And and then that twist happened where they are back at the house, and then the shit just gets worse from there. And then the two girls, like, they play this game, like who is the pedophile, I think it was called. um and because like scene. There is a sex scene in this movie um, where Evan, like he has a wife, and he addresses that multiple times in the movie that like because these two girls like they're being very flirty and very hands on with him, and there's a point where he doesn't have any say or any control in it, um, and so when it actually gets to the sex scene, like they're having a threesome, and it's just and like in Evan, you can tell you can tell he's kind of uncomfortable, but he's also really into it. Like he's not like in like this is what I got from the scene. Like at least like in the moment, like he wasn't really thinking about like his wife, and he was just enjoying it. Like at least that's what I got from the scene. I might be totally like looking at it differently, but yeah, that's kind of like that's kind of like what I got. And then there's a scene at the end where the two girls are like, you men are all the same. Because the strange thing about this movie is these two girls like this is how they get to men. Like they do this same routine. This is not their first time, I guess. This is not their first time like invading someone's house and completely taking over and ruining their sex life. This is not their first time, as we find out at the end. And there was a great twist at the end of the movie, which I did honestly not expect. Like this movie was just full of surprises to me. Like there's a twist where you find out that these two girls have actually been spying on Evan for the entire movie, even before they got to their house. These two girls have been spying because they reenact a scene very early on in the movie where Evan is like monster, monster shag, monster happy, and all of that when he's doing that in the opening scene of the movie. Like that, they reenact that, and then Evan's like, wait, what? How do you know that? Um, and like I thought that was a great twist because I did not expect that, and I think this movie does have a great message about stranger danger, like and about like how about like inviting them into your home and inviting them into your life, and and how much information you are telling them. I think the movie does have a great message about like how far people like that will go, and how far they will take it, like how far they would take it to ruin their life, and to ruin their sex life and all that. Because especially the world we live in, like this movie, I think expresses it perfectly. We live in a world with social media, with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Like we can record anything, and we can post it online, and it can get thousands of likes and thousands of retweets and replies, and it can get shared around, it can go viral. And so that's actually that's a scene that happens in the movie. Um it's like they are recording this they're recording this sex scene, I guess, of Evan and I forget the two girls' names. I didn't write notes when watching this movie, but yeah, and she's recording it, and it's and that video gets posted on Facebook, and you start seeing all the comments about saying like yuck, you are a disgusting human, and why is this posted, you are disgusting, you are a disgrace, and all of that, and like saying all these comments that like people would say if a video like this was posted. um and it's like there's people saying like, what is wrong with you, why are you doing this? And there was even one comment that I saw where someone was like, he is really into this, or he is joining in as well. um and it's just like and it's just like and I think here's the thing, I think people misjudge sometimes because I feel like if people knew the context behind, because like people can't. I mean, here's the thing. I think people judge videos too, like they too much, like they view it from what they're watching. Like they and they don't actually look at the events that actually came before, or the story or the context behind it. They just look at what they're seeing, and like and they make up an opinion from what they're seeing. Like they're either like this is disgusting. Like it depends on what the video is, I guess. But like either way, like a video like this will go viral really fast. And like I thought that was just something like that was something Eli Roth captured really well about what we post on social media. And this is not Eli Roth's first movie where where he's had a social commentary message in his movie. There was a movie he did in 2018, Death Wish, with Bruce Willis in it. And that movie, it had a video of Bruce Willis, Bruce Willis like showing him like with the hood on and showing him with a gun, and it's like that video went viral, and like podcasts and news reports were talking about, and that video went viral within 24 hours. And I think that's a message that is important. How we use social media and how we take advantage of social media and how we present ourselves and what we post on social media. I think the movie does have a great message about that, and I think that is super relevant, especially for our day and age, since like we have a phone in our pocket like 24/7, and when we can check social media and we can see them, and we can see all the videos and the memes and whatever on social media. But then on the other hand, it's like, what if that takes advantage of you and like social media becomes your worst enemy? Which I think it's important to be careful like what we post online, because like some stuff like we may look at when we may be like yeah that's fine, like there's nothing wrong with it. And then when it actually gets posted online, like people start saying all this hatred, and it's just like it's not how you intended it. And so yeah, I really dug the social media message and theme, like the social media theme that this movie has. Second positive for Knock Knock is that Eli Roth is great with choosing sexy and attractive actresses for his movies. Like it doesn't matter what Eli Roth movie you watch, like it's guaranteed to have like stunning and beautiful looking women in his movies. Like if you've ever seen the Hostel movies, like that's a perfect example of eye candy there. And the women in Knock Knock, like they are really beautiful, and they are really hot, and it does give the movie some eye candy like as well. So like that is a big positive. But then as the movie goes along, like for the first half, like these women like are really attractive, but when you see the darker side and what they are capable of, like it kind of just takes away from from the sexy and attractive side of them, because when you see them, like they are wearing like tank tops and really short shorts and dresses, it does it is utilized well for this type of story at how it starts out. um, so I'll put it that way. I don't want to, I guess, talk about that point that much, but for something that I did enjoy watching. I think the actresses in the movie, like they are really beautiful, and they are really good in their roles for what they have to play. Really, like everyone's good. Like not only Keanu Reeves, which he is the highlight because Because it's Keanu Reeves. Like it's hard to hate on the guy. Like he was in the Matrix. He's in John Wick. Like he's the action hero like of the decade. Like what's there not to like about Keanu Reeves? Even if Keanu Reeves is in the shittest movie ever, like he is guaranteed to give like he's going to be the best part of that piece of shit. So, yeah, like see, yeah, that's the thing about Keanu Reeves. But then, yeah, everybody else in the movie, I thought they did a really good job at at seeing the insanity of these girls, and seeing like how far they will actually take Evan to the edge. And now just talking about like Evan, since we're on the topic of characters here, I do want to talk about Evan because he is an interesting character here. Like you learn about his past, about how he used to be like a DJ when he was younger, and how he used to like work out how he used to work out better when he was in his 20s, and like his I think he said he was 42 years old in this movie. So and he said he's still working out. So like there is a character there, and his character is really interesting. Like as the movie goes along, I was cheering for Evan. Like I wanted him, like because like here's the thing, like Evan, like he says this a few times in the movie, but he was just trying to be a nice man. Like he was just trying to help like two people like passing his way, just trying to get help. And he was inviting them into their home. He was inviting them into his home, trying to help them, trying to do the right thing, trying to be like a good husband, a good society member. Um, and then that really backfires on him, and it's just like he didn't want any of this. So on that end you really feel sympathy. As I said earlier, he's just trying to be like a good host. He's trying to like to offer them like as much hospitality as he can. He's just trying to be like I said, he's just trying to be a good husband and a good host, as anyone would. And plus these two women like they were just in the rain, um like seriously, like that would be miserable, like walking out in the rain for 20 minutes and all of that. So yeah, like you would feel like sympathy, like you would be like yes, I do want to help you. But then when the situation backfires as bad as it does, like you kind of wish like Evan just said, like sorry, can't help you, like be polite about it and just close the door and they can continue on. You really wish to yourself like that's how the situation should have gone. Um, he but at the same time at the same time like Evan being a husband with two kids, like it's I guess it's a different mindset. It's a different like mindset. Being a husband, you have to you have to be the bigger man. So I was just reading a quote on the Blu-ray here that says some doors should never be opened, which I feel like that perfectly sums up like what I was just saying. Evan, he should have when they rang the doorbell, he should just like pretended that they weren't there and just got back to work. Or he could have answered and just said sorry, I can't help you. And then leave, and then just leave, and then just shut the door and all that. And then inviting them in is this it gives them that it gives them that control, I guess. It gives them that control to to do what they want. um and these women they cause a lot of damage to his house, and they make a big mess. um and it's just it's hard to see like Evan, like such a responsible and likable character, seeing him go through this, because you are cheering for Evan, like you want him to have the upper hand, which at points in this movie, like he does for sure, yeah, but then he doesn't have that upper hand for long. And the way the movie ends, like it doesn't end, I guess, giving any satisfaction or revenge, like for Evan's character. Like he never gets that upper hand. Like the movie ends with him with him being dug in the dirt, and having to see this video in front of him, like going live, and seeing the comments, and seeing the hatred of him, of him having sex with this other girl. Like it's painstaking to actually see that. um and 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 then you can see like he's trying to delete the video, like he almost has his phone, and then it falls into the dirt, and he's like, and it's out of his range, like he can't reach it. um and then he's just there crying, and you really feel sympathy for him, like at that point, because you know, like this isn't really his fault, like he does everything that he can to try and make this situation better, but then it always ends up like worse for him, even like he's trying to do the right thing here, and I feel like that's what makes him a really likable character in this movie. So yeah, like I really liked Evan. I loved Keanu Reeves' portrayal of him. I feel like this is definitely one of his best performances, like as far as like emotion goes. Speaking of emotion, that's another thing I should bring up. Um, this Evan goes through different phases, I guess. He deals with anger, he deals with sadness, and there's all these different phases of emotion that he goes through, and it's just like that is how the human brain would function. Like there's only so much that you can take before you really snap, and you can, there's a point where he starts grabbing these women, and just starts trying to like push them out his door, and just he's really angry at this point, and so he goes through different phases, which just adds to his character, like at how, I guess what's what at how like desperate he is. Another thing I really liked in this movie was the opening title sequence, when it's saying produced by Eli Roth, and then all these other people, and all that, like the opening credits of the movie. I really like that, because then that opening title sequence, it kind of comes full circle at the end, and you have a very similar like ending scene that's kind of like a POV going through the house, and you're seeing the portraits of the family, but you're seeing them in this really like horrific way. And then on the opposite end of that, at the beginning of the movie, like you're seeing them like as a family in the portraits, like it's all normal. You understand what you have to know about Evan's character just in the opening title sequence. Like you learn that he is a married man, that he has a wife, and he has two kids, and he loves his wife, and like you learn what you have to know about his character, and in a way that does set up his arc for what I guess does happen, and what does unfold in the movie. So I really like how the opening like title sequence, while it is small, it is very effective, and it does come like full circle by the end of the movie. And another thing I did like in the movie was the music. I don't know who composed the music to this movie, but the music, like, seriously, well done. The music, like, as the, I guess, credits in the opening are being introduced to you. Like the music is very just kind of like smooth. It just kind of it sets the tone and the feel of the movie perfectly, and like it's very like settling music. Um, and like it gives a very like friendly vibe to the beginning of the movie. And I thought that was perfect. And as the movie goes along, it does get more like more intense, and it does get more like more in a way like it does get more frightening, and it does fit for what does go on, because the events that do happen, it is very scary being taken control of. Like that is a very scary scenario to be in. But yeah, like I said, yeah, this is a very different movie from Eli Roth, and I don't think everyone will enjoy this movie because of like some of its themes. But yeah, I really dug this movie. I think it's good that Eli Roth is going into different territories now. Like he's not just sticking with horror. He is trying thrillers. He is trying kids movies. He's trying action movies. He's kind of like, I guess, opening up his filmography more to other genres and trying out other genres besides horror. And I think he did an excellent job with a thriller. So yeah, I was really happy with Knock Knock. Like I said, I don't think it's for everybody, but I feel like this movie will please most people who do see it. So yeah, I am curious about the reactions and the reviews, because I actually have not read any. Like I've not read any yet. So yeah, I might do that after this review. I might look up some of the reviews that people like have to say and what they say about this movie. But yeah, I thought Eli Roth did a great job directing this scene, and bringing certain scenes like full circle. I thought he did a really great job. Comments: have you seen Knock Knock? What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you think it was meh? Or did you really not like it? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. So anyways guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening or night, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye.